or a good afternoon as well. How you guys doing? Welcome. Hey Eris, how you doing as well? Hey Starlight, how you doing? I see you guys on YouTube. Hey Ruru Kitty, hello Casey. Hey little Ducky Patina, how you doing as well? Hey Grumpy, how you doing Starlight? Feels good to be back. Today we're going to be reading some Valko fanfictions. Since Infold has not given us a woo, I guess we're going to be reading it ourselves. And that's the plan for today. That is the plan for today, so I hope you guys are excited. And yeah, how you guys doing? I'm making dinner. We'll be here on YouTube soon. Do hop on YouTube if you can. Yes, please support me on YouTube as Twitch has been a piece of shit and they're training AI with like streamers. You can't opt out, which is fucked. So I am gonna be honest with you. I still stream on Twitch, but I'm only gonna be promoting YouTube. I swear to God, fuck that shit, dude. Fuck that shit. But that is the plan for today, though. Also, I haven't turned on my chat on the second computer. That's not good. I need to see chat. Combined chat. Very important after all. There you go. Alright. Hey Sue, how you doing as well? How you doing? I was gonna watch Kimetsu no Yaiba because a few friends were talking wonders, but Live with Kin is better. Well, you can always... This is the thing about like anime, is that you can watch it whenever you want. The stream is only here when I'm here. And you can watch it later as well. A lot of people do, especially because of like time zones. But you know, you shouldn't miss when it's live, because it can talk back to you, you know? Like, if you can watch it live, you should watch it live. Because, you know, it's more interactive that way, it's more fun that way. And I also want people to hang out with me, you know? Hey Mooney, I hate my Chromebook. Missed 2 minutes. Hey Eris, how you doing as well? I mean, 2 minutes is fine. I'm even down with like 10 minutes. If you arrive in the first 10 minutes, I consider that just like the time that it takes for people to like get food, the notifications, all of that. But yeah, also, people are sending their fanfics on this thread under the Love and Deepspace tab that we have. We're gonna be sending this thread here so we can keep it organized. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be reading this one. I think the permissions that this author is saying, like, do not plagiarize, re-upload, I think they're talking about, like, copying, like, the fanfic itself. I don't think it talks about reading, but I think it's better if we don't read it, just in case. I don't want to, like, cause any people, you know, even if we're just promoting and reading the fanfics, I don't want to, like, cause any issues. Also, I'm gonna cut it as soon as it gets too explicit. Cause I know how some of y'all are horny as fuck. I'm gonna read it until I can. I'll try to use as many euphemisms as possible. But I am probably, if it gets too spicy, I'm gonna cut it. So, you know, like, you know, just trying to be as family friendly as possible within, you know. Which I'm not saying no. I'm not saying you can't post it. I'm just saying I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna save that for later, basically. This is the first time I've been late unless there's an emergency. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? That's fair. That's pretty much par for the course. But you know, like if it's something that we can brush past, like with some euphemisms, we can work around that kind of stuff. We can work around that kind of stuff, basically. You know what I mean? Love the priorities. Can watch anime anytime. Exactly. But yeah, that is the plan for today, though. That is the plan for today. How you guys doing? I held back. Are you guys proud of me? I held back so much. I was itching myself to eat some ice cream today, and I didn't. I held back. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to unchunk a little bit, and it's been working. I think I've lost like a kilo, but I'm still not in the weight that I want to be. I'm not to say that I'm not gonna be like a big boy. I'm still gonna be chunky. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still, like, got a bit of a belly, as you can see. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to unchunk a little bit, at least to, like, keep in a healthy weight. Then I'm gonna bulk up, which is when you, like, lean up or you, like, lose all the fat, and then you build back muscle in, like, a clean way. You know what I mean? Hey, Puny, how you doing as well? Hey, Princess Rena. It's always happy to have you here. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Yes, we're reading some Valko fanfiction since Love and Deepspace is not giving us all. I do not have the wolf ears. If I had the wolf ears, I would wear them. I only have the Silas cosplay. which is gonna be coming up soon. I am just needing the wig as well, which is, I don't want to fuck it up, basically. That's the reason why I'm not doing myself. I'm not like trying to be lazy. It's because I do want to make it like really professionally as much as I can, and it's hard. It's hard to do it that way. You know what I mean? Hey. Sad to see that some people still hate this character of Valko. I saw some like kind of... I'm not gonna pull him up on stream because first of all, I don't want to give these people attention, but secondly, I don't want to expose anybody. But I saw some really weird people, like really weird people, like being some Valko antis. And it was, they like the thing that like really ticks me off is how they'll say like, for example, like I was like talking about the Valko situation, and then like in relations to the it wasn't even about Valko, the video, it was about Kotaku like accusing the Love and Deepspace team of homophobia, which I thought was a little bit misplaced given the situation. I made a whole video about it, but they briefly talk about Valko in the article that I'm mentioning, and I just say, hey, they talk about the Valko situation, and I think that's this and that and this and that. And then some comments were like, this is why when there's no biological females playing the game, this is the kind of comment that you get. I'm like, that was like walking on some turf shit. And I was like, that's kind of sus. You don't want to be like that. Don't go down that path of like bioessentialism. That's just straight up like patriarchy as well. That's also kind of shit. Hey, Dr. Zane, how you doing as well? Let's have you here. Wolf, why did you delete your wolf message? What? Is it because it's your Zane account? You don't want to cheat? How dare you cheating on Zane? I'm just kidding. I've said this before. As a Love and Deepspace enjoyer since 2024, I believe if you go to a restaurant and they have self-service, sure, you can like chicken, you can like fish, you can like red meat, or you can even be a vegetarian. You can have your preferences. But if I'm going to a self-service buffet, I'm getting a little bit of meat, a little bit of veggies, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of fish. You know what I mean? A little bit of crow, a little bit of red meat. You betcha. I'm eating everything that you put on my plate, you know? So, but I will joke about saying like, cheating on Silas or Zane in your case. Because I do think that it's funny. I do think it is funny. You know what I mean? It's that one meme of like, welcome home, cheater. Zane main, I say a woo. I mean, yeah, like I said, you can enjoy all the characters. You know what I mean? That's something that I find it so silly, because the game is built around the idea of like multiple timelines. Every main character is a different person, right? So it's not like cheating. It's not like you decide to go on one and you're locked in on that one. So why are you stopping yourself from enjoying sexy dudes on the timeline? It's right there. You can say no. You can be like, I don't fuck with Zane. I don't fuck with Silas. I prefer Raphael or whatever. But like, why are you like locking yourself out of like some... It's like seeing somebody be handed Wagyu beef, grade A5 Wagyu. And you're like, you know what? I do not want it. I like cheap cuts of meat. Or like, I just like chicken. I like chicken and fish. I do not want A grade 5 Wagyu. Like, ugh! You know what I mean? Eat the good shit. Eat the good shit, you know what I mean? I love them all for different reasons. Exactly. You get it, Valerie. You get it. Because they, like, here's the thing about the boys. Every one of them embodies a different type of masculinity. Raphael is never gonna be Silas. Silas is never gonna be Zane. They're different kinds of masculinity. From like being softer, being gentler, more empathetic, sometimes ruther, more dominant. That's okay. It's part of the appeal. You know what I mean? It's part of the appeal. Caleb, I'm not talking about Caleb. Caleb is the red sheep. I love Caleb. He's my second favorite, tied with Zane. Under Silas, because I'm a Silas boy, as you can tell. But I am not using Caleb. Caleb is a drama magnet. I never use Caleb as example, because every single time, before Valko came out, if there was drama in this fucking fandom, it was Caleb. At the center of it, it was always fucking Caleb. He's the black sheep of the family. I'm out here living my hair and dreams. Exactly. Good shit, man. Good shit. You know what I mean? He's a fascinating case in terms of trauma, but I don't hope him because it seems like a big red alert. Yeah. But that's kind of the point as well. It's also fantasy too. Like all the boys have the red flags. You know what I mean? And you should have the mindness that it is a story for adults. You know what I mean? I don't play Love and Deepspace, so these people need to stop being so strange. The problem is like not about being strange. Is when you walk down these lines of like bioessentialism, like this like very like justified homophobia, you just walk down that path of like you're taking steps in the wrong direction, which only is gonna cause you to like walk further and further until you see yourself basically back into like some trad wife kind of like indoctrination, basically. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or bioessentialism, which is just like the root cause of racism. You know? How is it that every time somebody's having issues, it points to you two, Caleb and Valko? Exactly. Why is it that every time there's drama in this fucking fandom, it's either Caleb or Valko? Come on, man. And also, Silas. But not drama. It's down bad. If there's ever somebody gooning in the main, it's always a Silas stan. And I say this as a Silas stan. I'm there gooning with you. But I find it funny. I'm right there gooning with you. But it's always funny. Whenever Love and Deepspace pops the bubble, and then like it goes into the normie sphere, it's always like a Silas thirst trap. Why is it that's the case? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Every fucking time that I see Love and Deepspace on the timeline, like outside of the bubble, it's always like a Silas thirst at it. It's just my boy is just fucking crazy. I'm right there gooning with you. You betcha. What the fuck? I have a healthy relationship with my sexuality. Silas is kind of naughty, and people know it. He knows it. Yes, 1000%. 1000%. Hey, it's okay. Guys can be slutty. I'm an advocate. I've been here since 2020. You understand me? Before Love and Deepspace, in the trenches, I was here sexualizing men. You understand? I am down for gender equality gooning. We need to sexualize men, objectify them, make them pieces of meat. You understand me? Silas, my man, I love him. I love his slutty behavior. Silas is the kind of guy, and I will say this right. I'm gonna be kind of spicy in this take. I think Silas is a male baddie. You know what I mean? I think Silas is a male baddie. And I think that a lot of women do not have what it takes to handle a Silas. You know what I mean? You know how like some dudes want like a baddie, but they can't handle like how she knows that she's sexy and she kind of uses that in her favor? Or like how like some people like thirst after it? Silas is a male baddie. He knows that he's sexy. He uses that again, like in his favor. You know what I mean? He knows that people like he has that effect on people. And I think a lot of people wouldn't be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Important distinction. Hello, I'm the one who designed the dog in the art channel. Hey, I did, my friend. Let's have you here. Deep sea wing. Deep wing. Silas is most definitely a male baddie. We Latinos are stubborn. True. I mean, I'm Latino as well, so I can tell. I'm also very stubborn. just comes with being Latino. Definitely wouldn't be able to handle Silas. Even then, I still love him. Well, he's also a fucking killer. You know what I mean? Like, but that's just fiction. That's just fiction. That's just fantasy. You know what I mean? Like, he just kills people. But that's not really something that we need to touch on that subject. But that's not today's focus. Today's focus is Valko. Giving our boy a woo, since with Thanos, you know, like Thanos is like, I'm doing it myself. It's basically the community coming up. So yeah, by the way, since we have more people here, under the Love and Deepspace, which is the Love and Deepspace tab in our server on Discord, there's a thread called Reading Valko Fanfics on Stream. If you have any Valko fanfics, send them in this thread so we can read them, if preferably. It can be spicy. It can be spicy, but preferably no, not safe for work. Just like, you know what I'm talking about. No, but you can't. If it's like a little bit spicy, I can use some euphemisms and we can make it work. But no, 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 no nodding, no nodding. Okay, keep it just enough family friendly. So I don't get banned. Listen, I'm walking the lines here, okay? I'm walking the lines. We can't really slip up. Pointed out that I've already, but I'm not sure. No, yeah, exactly like Tess said. I'm saying to other people, you're the one that did it exactly perfect. You know what I mean? But yeah. Man, we got a kidnapper with the silver hair, sister kisser, sunset colored eyes, and an innocent wolf that just perched himself on the balcony and got canceled because of that. Double standards much. I think that like people were being kind of daft. Actually, I'm not talking about that. I've talked about that so much on the 2 videos, but I think that people were being definitely a little bit daft. I've seen a lot of like the mentions of like the problematic number, which wasn't even a Valko memory, it was a Xavier memory. That was the whole like language, which I can see where they're coming from, but like that's not even part of the story. That was like part of the marketing. So if anything, that could have like the appropriate, like if you were to change that, it would be like a correction of like, oh, they'll re-upload the video, they'll change whatever text it is, and then just leave it anyway. Because it's not like the Valko fiction was about like that kind of like CNC. So you know what I mean? That's just kind of how that goes, in my opinion, to be fair. But yeah, putting your channel at risk for our cause, a true hero. I listen. It's the kind of things that I would do for you. Okay, I'll do anything for you, Chan. For a bigger cause, for the woo. Yes. Also, the avatars are still broken. I don't know what's going on with this. Why is it like only showing the face?
Aris Gilgalad says, is it smart to have the Love and Deepspace tag on a character that isn't exactly part of the game as of now? Just to avoid potential drama, trouble?
I don't think so. Because it is part of the game. They just haven't released it yet. I still hold my hope in my heart. But when did I ever care about like what mentally ill people think? You know what I mean? I only talk about drama if it's like something that it's like proper arguments. If it's just like people looking for like they are already mad and they're just looking for an excuse, I don't acknowledge this kind of stuff. Because these people only want attention. I've seen like others mention like subreddits and discords where they're just like being anti. These people are just mad, and sometimes they have valid frustrations. Stuff like the communication, stuff like slow updates, even for the main story. Although I personally like the current things, I can tell if somebody's like demanding more, that could be something that the players vocalize. Sure, absolutely. Especially if you're not putting money on every single month. I can see where this is like kind of like a criticism of sorts. But people that are just looking to be mad and just looking to rage or whatever, I don't even acknowledge. If your father didn't give you enough attention as a child, why do you think I would give you it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, if you're just looking for an excuse, and it's just not just for Love and Deepspace. I'm not even talking about Love and Deepspace. I've been online. I've been a content creator online for 5 years. If I was gonna acknowledge every single like person that's just like unhealthily obsessed with me, or like with hating VTubers, or with hating Valko, or whatever the new cause, then I would be here all day. This would like grind my mental health. Look at the mods. The people that are my mods here. how many people have we made notes of just like people being unhealthily obsessed with me, making whole ass fan fictions? You know what I mean? Especially fucking minors as well, which is, you know, like, if you know the whole situation with Love and Deepspace and minors. Again, made a video about this week. You know what I mean? Sexual harassment, all that stuff. And that's just in my small community. Imagine if like our community was bigger. Like, I'm not acknowledging this kind of stuff. And that's how you should do. You should just block them and leave them be. You know what I mean? I have enough mentally ill haters as it is. I don't want more. Hey, Super Ally, how you doing as well? I like people, which is not to say you can't, like, go against Love and Deepspace, of course. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. You can criticize. You should criticize. You should be critical. You know? Absolutely. If you want to make criticisms, you should. But you should use arguments, not like call me a slur and call me a faggot and just like say that's typical dudes. Like listen, I get some crazy comments. The problem is that like I don't have any to show because they get deleted after 30 days if they get holed up, and I don't even see them. They get retained by YouTube. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me read a few. Let me read a few. That are kind of like crazy. No, I think most of them got deleted already. Oh yeah, what is this gay shit? Get a job. See if I can find more. A lot of it is just like also people being kind of like, yeah, there's like the Valko one where like if you think about it, fetus of a rapist just got aborted. Like what? Why are you calling Valko a rapist? That's crazy. You know what I mean? Like again, just crazy stuff. I don't acknowledge those. Me, but I'm too normal for this platform. I will say something as well, because I saw a lot of people, like, once every time that, like, drama comes around, a lot of people get, like, kind of like, oh, is the fandom really this toxic? This is a very loud 1%. This is a very loud 1%. Most of the people that I've ever engaged in this fandom have been nothing but kind. This is a very loud 1% that gets blasted. Most people are perfectly normal. You know what I mean? And what you should do, I think, is just like, if it ever gets like this, just like retreat to like little communities, like your own community, your own Love and Deepspace friends or whatever, and just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean? Because if you let that fester, if you let that dominate your mind, you're never going to be able to enjoy anything, basically. Especially in the age of like rage bait social media, where like Twitter like endorses like and fucking promotes this kind of like controversial stuff. You know what I mean? People are crazy. Absolutely. Anyway, but that's not today's plan. Today's plan, we're reading a woo. Now the first one is I've already seen, well, not the first one, because the first one has like some disclaimers. And again, I don't want to read Wolfie's, to read this person's, if they have this sort of stuff. I don't want to, you know, accidentally cause people to like, you know what I mean? This one gets explicit at the 3rd chapter, so I will be kept in mind. I'll be kept in mind. There you go. Tattoo Studio AU. Alright. Creator chose not to use the archive warnings. Ayoyin, Valko. Alright. Smut. Some plot. Okay, good. Alternate universe, Tattoo Parlor. Alright, good to know. Alright, let's get to it. This is by Fluffy Valko. The sun sets on fire. By the way, on the YouTube side, I will link every single one of these. It is on our Discord. It's right there. You can just go check it out. And it's going to be here forever as well. All Love and Deepspace streams that we do community stuff get here. However, I will also link it on the YouTube side. Just letting you guys know. Come on, man. Why is it not clicking? I have to open up on Chrome. Let me open up on Chrome. Maybe it has to be here. Oh, there you go. Alright. Checking this box. I consent. No, is it not? Oh. Yes, continue. I'm fucking blind. Some plot. Generally don't blame you. Red Wolf's in danger and lads is going to raise awareness, but they didn't add our boy a woo. That's okay. The community is doing it ourselves. Alright, Tattoo Studio AU to be named by Fluffy Valko. A Tattoo Studio AU shop to be named featuring piercing artist Valko. Some mentions of what the rest of the guys do might write chapters dedicated to them in the future. Long intro because I wanted to establish that relationship. Alright. Let's go. Then Rock Silas since Silas Smith. Started playing because Silas reminded me of Dante from DMC. Love Valko looks like Virgil. He got cancelled because of a parasocial maximalist kids. Learned about it yesterday. I have videos talking about if you want the details of the whole the stuff. You'd been in a tattoo studio a couple times. Always plays the role of emotional support friends. Never for your own skin. You knew JJ wouldn't approve. He always tells you how perfect you are. He can't stand the idea of a single scratch or scar on your body. Less alone something as permanent as a tattoo. But you know what they say, when something isn't allowed, it makes it so much more tempting. The place wasn't exactly downtown. You had to get out of your usual walk to get here. It wasn't a shopping zone for all things alternative. The studio always plays great music over the speakers. Smelled nice, and most importantly, it was clean. By the time you went there on your own for the first time, you already knew the workers, so you weren't really that nervous. Raising awareness for Valko, Ken? Exactly. Crazy how Valko has been drawing in new players, but Infold committed to the huge airball, so yeah. There was a tall, silver-haired guy, Silas, who did the big black ink tattoos. Always busy, yet always available at the most random of times your friends had wanted him to do a walk-in tattoo. To your surprise, he wasn't heavily tattooed. You couldn't really see more than a red line that crept from his hand to one of his arms. One time, however, you swore you saw a back piece showing through his skirt. Then there was Raphael, the purple guy who did the fine lines and colors. Raphael seemed like it would be the kind of guy that likes fine lines. I do have fine lines as well. I have a few in this arm, and this is also fine line, as you guys know. Tara had booked him once. The waiting list for him was over 10 months long. It was a summer back then. He had his shirt lightly unbuttoned, letting you get a glimpse of his chest piece. There was also the doctor. He did piercings. He had gained his artist name for being over the top sterile with his work. His room was like walking into a physician's office. Smelled like disinfectant, and he even wore a white coat to complete the look. Lastly, the guy at the entrance desk, Xavier. He didn't look like he belonged in such a place. Had put you off the first time you saw him. He had the most innocent face, no tattoos, no piercings, but he proved to be quite the expert whenever you passed by the shop. He was probably the one who knew best about tattoos and piercings, just didn't do them himself. Like sci-fi, I like affection to the point of thriller horror, I can say. Even Ox was about to join in. Let's see, where's the woo guy? I'm waiting for a woo. What brings you in today? He says, leaning slightly over the counter with a welcoming tone and a smile. You frowned for a second when you saw him when you were in your own. He was intrigued. You getting something for yourself? What brings you in today? He says. Oh, sorry. Actually, yes, you know that. Excited to do this. You have any opening spots for piercings? Only on my earlobes, both sides. You felt a little silly. Everyone else has gotten theirs pierced as a kid. Yes, we have the doc available today. He nodded, typing away on his tablet. Did you bring your own jewelry? We have a few options over here. You helped you pick the most beautiful pair of star studs adorned with sapphires that day. You had people complimenting you for weeks. Oh, we're getting some lots of fireworks. Hey, just a mischief for a reason. How you doing as well? To be fair, I think that some people tend to forget that those haters send death threats to company building. I know they literally send like cow dung, didn't they? Like I can respect Infold for like, you know, like protecting the privacy if that's the kind of shit that they get as a company. You know what I mean? Imagine if like one of the voice actors, they knew their address. They would send like bombs or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So I can totally see why they would do that. I was about to make a joke about Love and Freakspace and Affectionate Limau. Good one. I did make that joke. That was my joke. I'm the one that came up with Love and Freakspace. Well, that I remember at least. I've never seen anybody do it. You know what I mean? Så så dagt muito natural. Salve, pô. That was the start of your friendship with Xavier, and with the passing weeks, the tattoo studio had become like a second home. You were helping them set up a new website so you could come over often and take pictures, and just to hang out with Xavier at the front desk. It was easy to forget it was just a side gig. You'd bring them coffee, lunch, curate new playlists, quickly forming a friendship. You guys joked around a lot and tried to convince you to become an apprentice, but you doubted this was your calling. Besides, you had enough already with Caleb being in a metal band. If he refused to let you go to one of his shows, he would flip if he found out about your new friends. You wanted to cash in some some of your favors, so you decided to get a new piercing. You got a new guy. Call him Fluffy. Fluffy? What Xavier said. Don't tell him we call him that. He'll kill us. He laughed. Sure. Is he free now? He has a client now, but should be free in about 15 minutes. He looked for something behind the counter, then handed you his portfolio. Here, you can check out his work. Do people have, like, portfolios for piercings? I've never gotten a piercing. I'm a tattoo kind of guy. So, do people get, like, portfolios for piercings? Hey, Shiny, how you doing as well? Me and my friend came up with, like, the love interest names in Love and Freakspace. Xavier is Xander. Caleb is Carl. Carl. Zane is Zach. Raphael is Raphael, just, like, written differently. And, alright, that makes sense. I'll be Silas. Alright. For once, you were grateful that the studio had dim lights. You sat on a leather couch across the front counter, waiting for your turn and browsing through the pages with photos. You saw piercing placements you would never imagined existed. You couldn't begin to think about Zane doing some of these ever. When he called your name, you nearly dropped a photo book. You stood up, blushing slightly as you walked over to the man. He had colored hair and a dark red, an eyebrow piercing. He was tall, even taller with the combat boots he was wearing. He was very handsome, very much so. He greeted you with a smile and exchanged names along with a quick, awkward handshake. You had gone in for a classic squeeze and shake, but he wanted to do a bro handshake. Valko, pleasure to meet you. He listened to your name and then nodded. Ah, you're the friend of the guy. You're the little friend of the guys. After you then, he said warmly, guiding you down the hallway and opening the door to his room. This one at the very back. I hope they only said nice things, you said. Didn't know they talked about me. Don't worry, you're even lovelier in person, he complimented. So what can I do for you today? I was thinking of getting a nose piercing. I think it will suit me. Of course it will, he said, frowning slightly and shaking his head. Let's disinfect and figure out where a good placement for it. Is it raining a lot where you guys are? Sounds good. You sat down as you watched him put on a pair of gloves. Have you been a piercing for a long time? Yeah, just recently moved to this spot. May I? He asked for permission as he moved in front of you. He waited for a nod before touching your face and tucking a strand behind your ear. His gloved finger grazing your pierced ear. Doc did those, right? They're healing nicely. Ah, yeah. You said, not sure where to look. You're pretty sure his hand was the size of your entire face. Probably getting too many at once. I'm on a spree. Nah, you're good. Your body takes them well. He marked the spot on your nose. After carefully inspecting every angle, he nodded towards the big mirror on the wall. Do you like it here? Hey, Tamasoto. I love Valko's bro handshake. You moved in to check it out? Content with the placement, you returned to your seat with a smile. Perfect, you said, already feeling the rush of getting a new piercing. Oh, I forgot to pick the one. He materialized a piece in front of your own eyes. I looked at him, then at the stud. Metallization, Evil, he explained as he showed you the piece. Let me know what you'd like. I'll make you a prettier one for when you come back to get it downsized. That's convenient. Very. Now deep breath in and slowly out, he instructed. Good. Just like that. And then another one. This time he pierced it. It wasn't too bad of a pain. You were too focused on your hands and the way he had leaned in closer, focused on his task. He was as careful as possible cleaning up and then putting in the stud. He gave you a satisfied smile before stepping back. Breathe, Pancake, he chuckled. Wouldn't want you fainting now. Ha, funny. You did have pancakes today. You wonder if you stunk of them. Hey Kadu, how you doing as well? How's everyone chilling? Everybody seems very excited for today. Once you're all set, we're all set, he asked to take a picture of his work. When you gave him your consent, he set up a ring light. Let me just adjust you. He moved your chin slightly. There, beautiful. He snapped the picture of you, He snapped the picture and you picked up your bag from the chair. Lifting your gaze as Valko started to talk you through the aftercare of your new piercing. Your eyes landed on him, watching as he took off his leather jacket. Holy fuck. You completely missed whatever he was telling you. Your eyes were too busy checking out his massive biceps. His shirt was also way too tight. Every muscle accentuated his specs. Just looking completely disrespectfully. That is crazy work. Am I stupid? I thought I joined in earlier, but I didn't. Well, glad to have you now, my friend. Glad to have you now. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like as well. Hype the video. Leaving likes and hyping genuinely helps out the stream. It doesn't cost you anything. Although hyping, I believe, only works on mobile, so if you can, I would greatly appreciate that. You're checking out my earlier work. Something catch your eye? He asked, biting his tongue as not to laugh at the very obvious gaze on him. Nipples, you brought it out before you could think clearly. It forced your eyes off his pierced chest. Oh, now we're cooking. The man in front of you grinned and clapped his hands together, as if you just told him you had won the lottery. I can fit you in right now if you want. What? You blink as you realize your mistake. Earth, swallow me, please. Maybe next time. Not sure if I'm ready for something like that. It's a shame. It'd look good on you. He said, looking down at your chest and back up with a smile. He was checking them out, and with the height difference, he for sure got a full view of them. Next time. Here, a chocolate in case you feel dizzy, and my card. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. Sure, next time. Your eyes traveled back down from his face to his chest, blushing, and thank you for the chocolate. Kind of funny for him to be offering chocolate since isn't chocolate toxic for dogs? You shouldn't be eating chocolate. It's toxic for dogs. Don't do it. Don't kill the Owu. I want to know what is like something that dogs can eat. I don't know what could be like something that's works as a snack and also like something dogs can eat. Oh, Shiitake. Hey, Moon Pie. How you doing as well? Someone who's gotten a few piercings, professional piercers, do have portfolios. Majority have an Instagram accounts. Really? It's kind of interesting. I wasn't sure. Like, I wasn't sure how that would work. But I suppose it makes sense, right? I've only ever really interacted with tattoos. There's a thing that happens in this trailer. Oh, okay. I still think it's kind of funny, though. Hey, Andrea. It had been a massively long week. You were exhausted and frustrated. Alright, new scene. Alright, new scene, chat. It had been a massively long week. You were exhausted and frustrated. Even going out for food with your friends didn't help. Plan B, you thought. Deviating from your usual way home and stopping by the studio once more. It was probably a bad idea to decide on something like this with a hot hand, but you couldn't care less about it now. Do it and regret later. That was your motto today. There's that little star. Back so soon? Sorry, there's that little star. Back so soon? Xavier laughed, standing up and moving to the front. Leaning against the counter. Did you come to check out the new jewelry? No, actually. Is Raph free? You stretched your arm. Thought I could get a tattoo this time. Bad day. He didn't come in today, so let me check Silas. He tapped away on his tablet. He's working on his sleeve. It'll be a couple of hours, but you're welcome to hang out with me in the meantime. Is Zane available? He sighed. Okay, no ink, not a piercing then. Or Valko. Thinking about it, you wouldn't mind seeing him right now. Hey Coring, how you doing as well? Is it just me who joined the stream? The first paragraph I hear is oh nipples. Well, we're reading a Valko fanfiction of a tattoo studio AU, so the tattoos and piercings is part of the setting. It's by Fluffy Valko. The sun sets on fire. There you go. Okay, let me see. Where was I? There you go. Is Zane available? You sighed. Okay, no ink. No the piercing then. Or Valko. Thinking about it, you wouldn't mind seeing him right now. You've been chatting over DMs since you went in to get it for the nose piercing. His socials were filled with gym pictures and videos working out with his buddies. You suspected it were his cousins. He seems to be very close to his family, posting about family dinners and his nephews. Valko seemed to be a hot guy with a soft heart. It was impossible not to be charmed by him. Most importantly, he was good at chatting. He'd ask a few questions back and showed real interest. He was a little too excited at times with the emoji usage. He found it super cute. Zane is busy with that band thing he got pulled into by his body. Xavier lowered the tablet. Valko is available though. Just knock. Thank you. You blew him a kiss, already walking down the hall. To your surprise, you couldn't even knock once. The door unlocked itself as if it heard you coming from a mile away. Valko was sitting on his chair, taking off his headphones as you entered the room. Hey, seemed to sniff the air around for a second. Mexican food? That's crazy that he just like can tell what we ate from like smelling around the air. I mean, I get that he has like a sense of smell, but like every time that he mentions that, I'm just being reminded of the one trailer who he just like sniffs the armpits of the MC. You know the one trailer that he's like gives like a sniffer? That's crazy. God, I miss him. Not a Wingo's die. Free the dog. Free a woo, man. Free a woo, dude. You want to do it? You said. You want to do it? You said. Not even saying hello or answering this question. You know what exactly, Moonpie? He said. He asked, standing up and rolling up his sleeves. The piercings. Wait, really? He asked, stopping in front of you. Brave enough this time. You nodded. Take a shirt off then, he said, looking for his shoes. They'll look amazing. Not that they don't already. That's crazy. That's crazy. Shut up. You laughed. This man, the charm just rolled off his tongue with so much ease. All you could do in response was blush. You took off your shirt, heart beating fast already. You prepared the instruments first, before turning towards you. You as well. Don't be shy now. Don't want you nervous. I'll talk you through it, okay, Moonpie? You're starting to slightly regret your decision. You swallowed before taking it off. He was a gentleman, avoiding to look for it now as you set the piece down in your chair along with the shirt. Alright. Gonna have to do some looking and touching. Are you okay with that? I mean, hard to pierce them if you don't, right? I could freehand it with my Evo, probably. It says dip in a toothpick in ink. But, better if you can decide on a placement too. He moved his gaze back to yours, seeking approval once more before looking down. He was very careful on his work, making you feel as comfortable as he could during the process. Once placement was figured, the actual painful part came. Armpit sniffer Lamal. Hey, listen. Listen. It's his evil. It's his evil, okay? It's his evil. He just can't help himself. Do I have any drinks here? A little bit. What are you guys thinking of the fan fiction so far? I don't know if the Love and Deepspace would ever do tattoos at you, because if I remember correctly, tattoos are not as popular in China, so I don't think that it would be something that public would enjoy. Although I do think it is kind of fun as well. You know what I mean? Although some of the boys, actually that's not true. Wait, don't some of the Catch-22 outfits have like brands? Don't the Catch-22 outfits have like markings on the skin? I think they actually. Now that I think about it, there could be a possibility that they could do it, right? No. Actually, the enhanced sense of smell is because of the whole wolf thing. I think it's not an evil. It says evil. No, I think it's not this evil. Well, actually, there's a very important law reason why Valko needs to sniff the armpits of the MC. It's very important for his lore and characterization, okay? Excuse me. There's a very important reason why Valko needs to sniff the MC's armpits on the trailer, okay? If Caleb can be a panty sniffer, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Info, give us a wolf and I'll give you my wallet. Hey, if you want to give me, it's like $5. I'll keep reading the fanfics, you know? Doesn't have to be as much as the memories though, because I know they're very they removed and smeared the number as number for those on those outfits. There were some numbers which apparently were hints that some sad historical events. I was talking about the code bars. These. Where is it? Let me pull it up so I can tell you what I'm talking about. Catch 22 Love and Deepspace outfits. Where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Where is the outfits? Put 3D. See here, look. Here's some photos of the thing here. This one is not loading. Some of them are not loading. You can see here, look. It's a little bit small to see on this one, but there's like a few like brandings, sort of. You know what I mean? That you can see around this back. No, that's a straight up tattoo. So they do have some outfits that have tattoos. So there could be a chance that they actually do tattoo AUs. Is that the thing? Well, actually. Let's see. Where were we? There you go. Here. He moved his gaze back to yours, seeking approval once more before looking down. He was very careful and focused on his work, making you as comfortable as he could during the process. Once the placement was figured, the actual painful part came. It's not gonna be fun. It'll hurt you like a bitch. He was honest with you. Deep breath in for me now, and out. He waited for you and then let out your air before the piercing the nipple first. Fucking hell. Keep breathing through the pain. Come on. He placed the first jewelry in place. One down, another. Good gal. Fuck, you couldn't figure out if you were in the pain or flustered by his words. Okay, little masochist. That's crazy. Ay. Let's take a couple of breaths before the next, okay? And then do a handheld mirror so you could look at his work. Made him that the first day you came. Knew you'd get them. Wow, I love it. Think I'm already ready for the next. The second time around was easier, as you knew what to expect. It helped a lot that you were comfortable enough with Valko and joking around the entire time. Well, I lost my... There you go. One more cycle of briefing before you get up, he said. You have to tell your partner no touching them for the next 6 months at least. Good thing they don't have one. Better then, he said, helping you back on your feet as you walking you to the big mirror. Beautiful, just like the moon, he said, looking at it through the reflection. You're really good at it, you said, checking out your new adorn before looking at him in the mirror. He smiled at you before looking away as you put it again, as you dress yourself again. Attempting to at least. Here, I can help. You after noticing you were struggling with the clasp. Please. You sighed in relief as you watched him, as he stepped closer again, his warm fingers against your back for just a second. He was quick to figure out the clasp. Thank you. You turned around once your top was back on. Here you go. A kiss? He leaned against the desk, passing you a small chocolate. You did so good today, Moonfire. A kiss? You asked, grabbing the small chocolate and popping it in your mouth. Is that part of the piercing package now? What? He frowned. I mean the chocolate. It's a Hershey's kiss. You chuckle as you saw Valko's brain processing the fact that he failed at his own pickup line. You could swear his ears were getting red. He tried to open his mouth, but your lips were already on his face, right next to the corner of his. You could see the man in front of you glitch for a second, frozen in place. Valko was momentarily speechless. He just saw your bare chest a few minutes ago, but that was his work. This was different. Imagine CEO slash YON, but with swap bodies. How you doing? There you go. It's time to find a good position to sit. What else do we get? Shush, Fluffy. You leaned in again, kissing his lips. It was barely a soft touch before he pulled you back, hand on his hips, frowning. When just call me, he tilted his head slightly to the side, eyes wet like a wet puppy. Fluffy, you said. You were going to pet his head and tease him further, but you stopped your hand midair. He had a second pair of the softest-looking wolf ears on his head. Oh my god, you are Fluffy. Oh, it's so over for those idiots. He shook his head, but his tail was wagging, betraying him. The kiss had been voided. Try again. You're an idiot. You hit his chest, laughing, leaning in to kiss him again. Before your lips met his, he was pulling you in once more. His hands firm on you, he kissed you, slowly tasting the moment. It didn't take long for a hand to travel under your skirt. Oh damn, that's crazy. The other came up to cup your face. It tastes like chocolate. You whispered over your lips. Could eat you whole. Maybe you should. He laughed, picking you up with an arm around your waist. Okay, wait. Let me skip. Let me see how. Wait. Mr. Bad Wolf. Hey. Mr. Big Bad Wolf, let's calm down with the eating, okay? Hold on there, Red Hood. Oh, Mr. Wolf, you have such big eyes. Hey, yo, calm down there. Calm down there, okay? Right, let's see. He laughed, picking you up with an arm around your waist. This isn't very professional of me, Vampire, he said softly, drawing imaginary shapes. Makes it more fun. You grabbed another chocolate kiss, unwrapping it slowly and putting it between his lips. Kiss me, you demanded back this time. As he kissed you, his tongue pushed back in between your lips, and you could taste the chocolate. Sweet, rich, mixed with his own essence. He kept himself
It's
pressed
Casey
against
says
your
my
body.
hands are under the table.
Hey! Hands above the table, you understand me? This is not that kind of stream, okay? Save the gooning for later. You understand? I would never tolerate people gooning to my voice without fucking reading first. I don't care if it's a Valko fanfiction. Above the table, you understand me? That's for Patreon. That's not for you. Keep it, hey. You understand me? I'm looking at you. Keep your hands above the table, you understand? Hands where I can see them, you fucking criminal. Criminals! All of you! Jail, horny jail, to all of you. You can, this is tastefully enjoying. This is tastefully enjoying some smut, you understand me? It's not that kind of stream. It's not that kind of stream, you understand me? No. It's ugly. Bad. No. Bad behavior. Can I eat you? Promise it will be good. You left your lips only to find your ear. He nibbled on your earlobe, pulling slightly. I'll be good. Goodbye. He kissed your neck, letting his canine scrape against your skin lightly. You nodded. The way he was talking to you was already much. Do this real quick. He was talking was already much. He put his fingers on your chin, directing your gaze to him as he dropped his knees. And, hey, okay. So sweet. Your scent is like heaven. He said, looking up at you, his wolf ears turned downwards. Okay, never mind. We're cutting it here. Never mind. Anyway. Man, did they not lose any fucking time. I thought that was gonna take... When you said 3 chapters, I thought you meant like, oh, that's crazy. All right, never mind. We're wrapping up here. Anyway, that was Fluffy Valko's stream. Made by Fluffy Valko. If you want to read it more, here it is. Boy, do they not lose any time. That's kind of crazy. Okay. That was the first one. Yeah, that's the part where it starts. Okay, never mind. We're wrapping up here. Anyway. There's only 1 chapter so far. Oh, this is the first chapter. Damn, they waste no time. That's crazy. 5,000 words before getting to it is actually kind of like speedsters level of fast. Like, even the stories that I write were like actually kind of like smutty for Patreon. They usually take like 10,000 words before it gets the actual get to it. That's crazy. Where do I read it if I want to read it for myself? So it is on our Discord server. You can check it out, the link here, if you don't want to wait. Or I'm gonna post it on a pinned comment on YouTube. Or in the description as well. I might put it on the description as well. But it's gonna be definitely on a pinned comment, because I know it's easier for people to read it there. It's gonna be on both. There's a safe work at the end if you want to skip it to there. I think that's fine. Let's give people a reason to read the originals as well. You know what I mean? We have 2 more, so if anybody here has more fanfictions that you want to send it on our Discord on the Love and Deepspace tab, and then you go and you look on the threads, and there is a Reading Falco fanfics. It's also pinned in the announcements. So you can just click here and go directly to it. We only have 2 more. This one by Ruru, which is a little bit sad. And no, actually, yeah, this one. Valko babysitter for his 16 cousins. That's awesome. So if you have any fanfictions that you want to send, it can be yours as well. Do send them over so we can read them. Preferably something that's like on the spicy end, or no. Again, no sex. Thank you for reading, Kat. Sickly ship some of the boys. It's fun. It is fun. It's okay to like do fandom. You know what I mean? Like, it's just having fun overall. You know what I mean? Can we play hit post later? Sure. I guess we can do something later, depending on what you guys are feeling. But right now I wanna focus on Valko. You know what I mean? But sure, absolutely. Predator versus Prey. I mean, Predator versus Prey is one of the first, the most obvious ones. I mean, you can really go on like some Twilight vibes as well and be like, oh, you're part of the pack. Or like play with scent. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with this sort of like wolf fiction that it's very unique to Valko. You know what I mean? Which is something that like makes me upset that the Love and Deepspace didn't decide to add. There's so much stuff that you can do that's like pheromones. You can do like you know, like this sort of like pack hunting activity, you know what I mean? Like dog, like how dogs bond. You know what I mean? The problem is that with fanfictions, the yearning, the slow burn makes these kinds of things more gratifying. I prefer slow burn too, as you guys know. I'm a big slow burn guy, and I'm a big childhood friends to lovers types. So, you know what I mean? Although I do like smut as well. I like smut, and I also like slow burn. Snow crow. I'm watching you, Grounds. Hands above the table. Hey, hands above the table, okay? This is not that kind of stream. Okay? I would never tolerate people gooning for free. You gotta pay a premium. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking about it. But guys, let me go get another drink, and I will be right back. Please don't burn anything as I'm going. Also, don't leave, okay? Don't leave. I will be in just 2 minutes. I just gonna get myself some drinks. All right? 2 moments. I am watching you. I'm watching you.
Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you?
Hey, I see fire. Don't do it. I'm looking at you still. Don't do it. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about me and you? Can we talk about the truth? I wanna know, I wanna know. Can we talk about me and you? There you go, I'm back. There you go, I'm back. You like my way? You like my "I'll be right back" string? It's so people don't like. It's so people don't. the ADHD people don't have like get bored and leave. You like it? I think I'm not gonna lie. That's one of my funniest overlays. Hey, it's like Itsune. How you doing as well? There you go. I'm back. I'm back. Okay. There you go, chat. There you go. Farzal table's back, guys. He's back. How dare you? Why you guys always do this? Stop catching everything on fire. Stop setting everything on fire, guys. Let me take my meds as well. Attention retention screen 10 out of 10. I know my audience. I know my audience. I mean, just look at a fiction and how many people like this, just like me for real. Back lurking here. Tables above it, hands above it as well. Exactly. Didn't do anything today. I behaved well. So well behaved. Very nice. You get a cookie. There you go. There you go. All right. What else do we got for fanfics? What else do we got for Valko fanfics? Let's go for the next one, shall we? Let's go for the next. The test has babysitter Valko, and then we got Ruru with another fanfiction as well. Let's see. Let's see. The Fated July by Nerdy Writer. Alright, no archive writings. Valko, original characters. We want Valko back. Valko's the sixth love interest. Valko's love, nice. Slow romance, babysitting. One of my most popular ASMR series is actually like a babysitter story. I actually do like that setting quite a lot. I have a lot of fun with too. Back to Muse and me for peep. Behave. Why are you watching it on Muse? Is it because like you can't? Loki, you're not gonna stay for the fanfics, Lamo? It would be funny, but I'm not into lads, so I'm gonna hop off. I mean, you can stay for just talking to me. You can stay if you want. I wouldn't want you to leave. In my Valko Exteron fic, their princes and friends since birth don't imprint till the 26th, slow burn. Hey, you can send it if you want to. Just send it over on Discord. Just send it over on Discord. This is The Fated July by ex-nerdy writer. Circumstances lead you, YN, to take a babysitting position you would never look twice at. The pay is extremely tempting, but was it a scam? What's the deal with your employer? What an oddly charismatic character. Alright. The year was 20XX, and the summer was full of uncertainty. June wasn't coming to an end when a young woman received a notice of termination because of a spontaneous downsizing. Of course, the world didn't come to an end, but in her head, everything was falling apart regardless. Adult responsibilities piled up quickly before she knew it, and the best days of her youth followed a repetitive cycle. Wake up, go to work, go home, sleep, repeat. It was frustrating. Can I have this as dark mode? Does AO3 have dark mode, I wonder? Alright. You too? A familiar voice rang through the deafening silence in her head. Despite the buzz in the office, time had frozen still in her office pod. Only Tara's voice managed to snap her out of the inevitable crash out to come. Two? What are you... Oh, Tara. No. Yeah, depressing. I know, but honestly, I had a feeling this day would come sooner or later. I kept reading my tarot cards, and a few of those kept hinting at something unfortunate. But not exactly devastating. YN envied that mentality. Unfortunate, but not devastating. Did you plan ahead then? Not exactly, but Tara's voice carried the slightest hint of optimism. It was honestly unsettling. But YN couldn't help but wonder what went on in her head when Tara still saw the light at the end of the tunnel. Might be muted while still watching chat. Behavior gremlins. For fuck's sake, typos. Typos allow is supposed to be hosted in later streams, not tonight. Loving the typos is becoming more and more prevalent. I take it as a sign of trust. What? I'm unsure. What are you talking? No beta read, we die like no beta read, we die like Infold. What? What are we talking? I'm confused. I'm confused at what you guys are talking about. What? Anyway. Yeah, depressing. I know, but I had a feeling this day would come sooner or later. Okay. Not exactly, but Tara's voice carries the slightest hint of optimism. It was honestly unsettling. But YN couldn't help but wonder what went on in her head when Tara still saw the light at the end of the tunnel. The blackout had just begun, for goodness sake. It's not like it's the job in the world. This is the job in the world. Besides, we all knew they didn't pay us enough. And in the meantime, I can find some temp position while looking for further in this company. No need to panic. Mind sharing some of that hopefulness? Hey now, don't look so down. You're intelligent, talented, well-equipped, and so easygoing that you're bound to fit in anywhere. I believe in you too, so why don't we start looking together? You don't have to go for this alone. The level of kindness made YN's own heart quiver with gratitude, but it was so difficult to match Tara's energy at this moment. So she could only offer a half-hearted smile and a slow nod. I flinched like a big dog. Never had a last what happened on June 30th. Oh, honestly, June 30th was more of a rollercoaster for me considering the situation in South Africa. Or it's just a fanfiction joke? Okay. A few days passed. Despite Tara's offer to start looking for a new job together right away, YN took a few days for herself, spending them in her small apartment just trying to clear her head. Of course, it didn't make them feel 100% better, but she'd at least managed to collect her thoughts to set up new goals for herself. A few goals for herself. When she finally met with Tara again, at least she had a bit more courage to face the unknown and start applying for different positions, even if they were just temporary for now. Between sips of iced tea and staring out of the cafe window, submitted one application after another, fully memorizing her resume by the time the ice had melted in her drink. Phew. I feel like my fingers are going to fall off. But hey, this is progress, so anything particularly interesting? Tara's voice once again broke through the silence, forcing my end to turn away from his screen and take one slow, deep breath. Some, but with the amount of applicants who have submitted their stuff, and judging from the date of the posting, not too hopeful right now. It should only have been okay. After all, it'd only been a day of searching. She couldn't expect a miracle. Never hurts to just put yourself out there. Started branching out a little more though. Tea shop barista, plant care trainee, dog walker. I know you probably aren't interested in those, but you could at least keep you floating for now. The logic in her words makes sense, but YN hesitated. These jobs sounded too simple. She wouldn't dare to look down on them, but they truly didn't interest her. Then again, beggars can't be choosers. Fine. What positions are on your screen right now? Tara wore that characteristically reassuring smile before turning her screen to YN's direction, letting her friend skim through the variety of options when the page suddenly refreshed on its own. At first, YN rolled her eyes as the loading screen took forever, but when the list of positions returned, one stood out. Posted 5 seconds ago. No applicants yet. Hourly yearning of... What the hell? YN exclaimed foul louder than she intended, immediately slapped her hands together over her mouth, and quickly turned the computer back in Tara's direction. That's... Tell me I'm not going crazy after staring at applications all day. How much does that say? Tara stared blankly at the screen first, her eyes quickly widened before jumping between the screens and her friend's face in disbelief. That has to be a scam. No way anyone would pay that much above minimum wage for private babysitting. No way. I made far less money in my previous position. Do you need a degree? Start an experience? No? It's crazy. Tara's eyes could not widen further if she wanted to, and YN's own jaw was already on the ground. The craziest part of it all was YN was incredibly tempted. Did she know anything about being a professional babysitter? No, but she'd volunteered at events involving children before. Even if she wasn't the biggest fan of kids, she didn't dislike them either. Just neutral enough to tolerate, but could surely entertain one if need be. Tara, send me that link. Are you serious? You like kids? You said it yourself, right? Never hurts to put myself out there, so send it. It took a few minutes for YN to send her application. Granted, it wasn't the most outstanding when it came to childcare, but she was the first applicant. Surely whoever posted it would have to see it. Think I'm gonna lurk too? Gotta clean my room and procrastinate all day? Hey, you can be listening to the stream while you clean your room. It's actually how I watch a lot of my YouTube videos. I'll either clean my room or I'll like have something that I need to do, like working out at the gym or Urkel bike as well. You know what I mean? They did. Absurdly fast to the point that Tara's scam speculation started to sound like the most reasonable explanation for everything. In the first 5 minutes, she received an email with a few instructions on how to access a video interview, scheduled for an hour from then. Her heart was practically racing out of her chest from the sheer nervousness stemming from, what, potential babysitting gig? Even if it was silly or fake posting, she still needed a moment to prepare. So she said goodbye to Tara and returned home to make herself look just a little more presentable. Skeptically logging in the meeting a few times before the set start time. Then the minutes passed. 1, 2, 5, 10, 30. I knew it. Can't believe I fell for it. You know you fidget with your fingers and twirl your hairs a lot. A steady, low, and very much unfamiliar voice spoke through the speakers of her laptop, startling her into a frozen state despite her now hammering heart rate. Perhaps aware of the internal freakout, the voice spoke up, this time with mild amusement made obvious by the subtle chuckle between words. Move caught your tongue? I was wondering why you're so quiet. Don't tell me you didn't notice me here. YN blinked back in disbelief, trying to move between the tabs, opening the meeting link again. Tempting to find his video screen anywhere, but the only proof that he was in here was the number 2 next to the participant's icon. Sorry, I didn't actually... Huh? I thought I was saying cat got your tongue. Not much of a cat person myself, but whatever floats your boat. Well then. Should we finally get started, Miss Fidgets a lot? The far too casual approach caught her off guard. Every word that came from his mouth only made her jaw drop further. Then she blinked repeatedly, brain short-circuiting trying to make sense of this interview. I'm sorry, I don't think I can see you. Ah, nice to meet you. This wasn't supposed to sound like a question, but a confusion only intensified by the second. My name is... Some technical difficulties came up. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see me quite yet. Nice to meet you, Ian. How did you... You submitted your application for your position. I would hope that you use your real information unless you are planning to scam me. A response so comically ironic that she didn't know whether to laugh or cry. No, I don't. I can't help but wonder, if you will. Why do you say that? Oh, the post for the position sounded a little too good to be true. And you still apply despite that gut feeling? Does that make you a brave risk taker or just reckless? I like that idea for Valko, of him being like kind of like... I think it should be like between like the last one and this one, where it's like he's kind of like upfront, like knows what he wants and gets it, but in like a messy kind of way instead of like a Silas confident kind of way, but also a little bit of a himbo that's just like kind of messy. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? I like that. I like that like sort of messy himbo, but also kind of like straightforward vibe. You know what I mean? Because it fits his wolf kind of like attitude. She could sense the faintest hint of amusement in his tone. All at her expense, of course. He was teasing. Just interested. Good. That's exactly what I need. What I needed considering my circumstances. Even if you say the position sounds too good to be true, it still comes with many responsibilities. This isn't just one child, I hope you know. Oh, there's more? How many exactly? Multiple. Vague, extremely so. Only serving to further fuel her skepticism. But despite times truly call for desperate measures. And that potential paycheck sure as hell was tempting. Normally he's a himbo, but he has to play the CEO chairman technically. Then he locks in. Exactly. Yeah. What exactly are the job responsibilities then? He didn't read them before applying. There it is again. Lighthearted and mildly provocative in tone. Each time it left her speechless. Man, this man was messing with her. No, yes, I did read them, but I was under the impression there was just for one child. Let's take that same description, multiply it by... A final word was uttered so softly that it was lost in the space between his microphone and speaker. Sorry, what was that? Nothing too important, just a few questions. How good are you at multitasking and keeping track of things where things are? I'd say I'm pretty exceptional at both. I don't see why that would be difficult in the situation. Maybe not yet, but don't worry. You won't do it entirely on your own. I do need help here. Would you drop by tomorrow to meet the kiddos? Tomorrow? A little too soon, she would argue. This entire interview had just been so strange from the get-go. And the job itself still felt suspicious. Did she dare? Yes, of course. Perfect then. I'll be sending you the address in another email. This time I expect you to ring the doorbell and not stand there in silence for 30 minutes, okay? I didn't mean to... I know. I'm just messing with you. Alright. Have a good night. And just like that, she got a second interview. How utterly bizarre. Alright, next chapter. The following day was full of greater uncertainty than the last. YN hesitated all morning to the point she truly planned to no-show and ghost this mysterious employer out of concern for her safety. Yet every time she thought she was done entertaining the idea of babysitting for suspicious strangers, she completed one more thing from her morning routine. If anything goes wrong, YN could probably need to go to the hospital or the vets. I mean, hey, if the pay is good enough, you know. if the pay is good enough, you know. Shower, skincare, makeup, outfit, hair. Clean, casual, but not overly comfortable to the point of looking unprofessional. Before she knew it, she was just in her car and driving out of a northern suburb she was entirely unfamiliar with. Every red light tempting her to just back and forget about it. She was just about to pull out of the location. She wondered herself, why didn't I bring another person for my own safety? Granted, she did let Tara know last night. At least one person knows her location. Not to mention a few of her close friends that had her location anyway. So if anything were to happen. What the? She didn't have time to let herself loose in what-ifs when the GPS guided her straight to a gated community. Not one crowded by apartments, but individual houses. Each one just as large as last, with pristine, clean yards and pristine gardens. One word rang loud in her head. Rich, perhaps filthily so, and she was a foreigner trapped at the entrance. Her vehicle was immediately surrounded by the guards at the gate. Even if only one would knock on her window, a few others inspected her around the car, cautious and incredibly intimidating. This is a private community. We aren't expecting anyone today. State the reason for your visit. The guard is cold. The demanding tone that had her forcing a polite smile. One that quickly turned nervous, thinking perhaps she got the wrong place. I have an interview for a babysitting position. We weren't made aware of this. Who contacted you? Who indeed? It was only now that she realized she was missing such crucial information. The mysterious employer she spoke yesterday had frazzled her to the point that she forgot to ask his name. She now sat in the car, awkwardly tearing her eyes from the guards to shift her gaze left and right. He was a man. Hold on. I have his contact info. After frantically scrolling through the email to find the exchange of messages, she flipped her phone for the guard to verify himself. All the way at the bottom, the email, a very quick and casual, sincerely V. He posted about an opening babysitting position yesterday. Sounded like an older gentleman, easygoing. His email is Choco Owu 6. Choco Owu. Shut the fuck up, man. What the fuck is that email? The fuck is that email? Oh man. Also, orgs are supposed to be for aren't orgs supposed to be for non-profits? Or is it ONG? Is it org or is it ONG? I think that one of these is like for non-profits. I don't think that makes sense. Hey Dark Matter, how you doing, my friend? What's my channel about? It's a variety channel. Sometimes we play indie games, visual novels, horror games, sometimes Love and Deepspace. Today, we are reading fanfictions. Since Valko since Infold wouldn't give us Valko, we are reading Valko fanfictions that people have sent on Discord. This is what we're doing today. This one we're reading, it's Babysitter AU, made by here, Nerdy Writer, and this is what we're reading today, basically. Hey Odessa, how you doing as well? Or it is Choco Owu. There you go, Choco Owu. Just wow, glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to have you here. But yes, my name is Kindred Spirit. Yeah, that's kind of what we do around here. But it's usually variety. We have a lot of stuff that we do. Sometimes we'll do cooking. Sometimes we'll do more game show type streams. Although recently I haven't done it as much, mostly because I'm working on my own little game. I'm working on my game called Affectionate on Steam. Here, there you go. Let me show you. I'm working on my own little game. So I've been kind of like, I haven't been organizing as many collabs and big plans as much. This is my game that I'm making. You should go wishlist it on Steam. There's a demo out you can play as well. Yeah. This is the first love interest, by the way. There you go. Anyhow, that's me. It's just me. That one caught me so off guard too. I'm a big One Piece fan. The only manga that I ever read. I'm an unk with no time. I mean, our community is pretty par for the course. I think the average age range that we have here is like, how old are you guys in the chat? But I think if I had to guess, I would say like between 25 and like 35. is the usual range of people that are around here. I'm also 30 myself. I'm gonna become 30 in October of this year. I'm 29 today. I know you because of lads. A lot of people know me because of lads as well. Thank you for everyone for making Valko content. Absolutely. If Infold is not giving us the wolf boy, then the community is gonna step up to the podium. You know what I mean? Although I will say, I still hold hope in my heart that Infold could drop Valko. You know what I mean? I'm already 32. I mean, that's pretty fine. It's usually it's pretty powerful the cause for the people around here. You know what I mean? I always say that I make content for people like me, so it's very unsurprising that the age range is very similar to mine. Hey bestie, how you doing as well? Hey Teeth Porio. A fictional demo was top of tier. Very excited for the release. I got some friends interested too. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. We put in a lot of effort into fiction it. So yeah. I have the genetic advantage not to look my age though. I don't say that. I think I look good for my age, you know, in terms of like aging. I think I aged fine for my age. But I don't like saying like, I look younger for my age, because every time that I do, that one meme of like, or is it that guy? Actually, 17 meme guy. Where's that one guy? Yeah, 37-year-old who looks like 17. Every time that I say that, this guy blasts into my head. 36-year-old male model who looks like 17. So every time I just say, I look fine for my age. You know what I mean? Could look worse. It could be worse, I would say. It could be worse. So I prefer to say that it could be worse if I had aged worse. Especially with my alright, let me see. Where were we? Alright, Choco a Wolf 6. What kind of email was that? So sorry, maybe I have the wrong place? Give us a moment. When the guards returned to their post, she couldn't help but feel the tension rise further as they make a few calls. It only took 2 minutes before the one previously at her window returned. His expression almost apologetic, but not exactly. Perhaps pitiful was a better description. We were able to confirm one of our residents is expecting you. Drive to the northernmost area. Once you see the house with the wolf statue surrounded the water fountain, you've arrived at your destination. Wayan quickly nodded and thanked the security guard profusely before slowly driving through the open gates. Following his directions, she kept an eye out for those wolf statues. Considering his description of a house with a water fountain, she of course expected something fancy. Admittedly, she didn't think she would come to a stop in front of a literal mansion. Hopefully I'm not the oldest, I'm 47. I mean, I have somebody that's been like a 5-year-old patron of mine that she's 60. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to expose her. But, you know what I mean? It's fine. And also like on the topic of age as well, like what do you expect? Do you expect when you like turn 50, you're gonna stop liking the things that you do? Like if you're still gonna have the same interests. And you know, like, it's fine to like whatever you like. You know what I mean? It's fine to like whatever you like. Hey Kindred, just came in from Bin stream. Hell yeah. How you guys doing? Bin stream is so chaotic, but I do like Bin a lot. I think he's very chill. 29 is in a couple of months. Also dealing with the what do you mean you're older than 21 from everyone older. Younger folk do clock me as older though. I think it's go from a person to person kind of situation. You know what I mean? As long as you're comfortable with how you look, I don't really care about looking older. I've always wanted to look older because I like being dilfs. I said this before. I work out so I can become a dilf. So I don't mind being older. There you go. Hey Serena, how you doing as well? You're already a DILF, though. I don't think I am. I don't have the vibe of a DILF. You know what I mean? I need to get the energy of a DILF as well. You know, when you have like a silver line, like going on your side of your hair here like this, I think that would like look a lot better. You know what I mean? 35, we're gonna be cosplaying and voice acting from the nursing home. That's fine. The day that you should start doing the things that you love is always today, regardless of how old you are. You know what I mean? You don't know what the day of tomorrow comes around. Sure. You should always live without regrets. I'm not saying like throw everything to the wind and just like be reckless about it. It's about like slowly, like the way that I like to envision is like every day you take a step towards a dream of yours. And that doesn't like one day you will achieve it and you can even like find new dreams, but every day you take another step. You like save some money, or you learn something new, or you get better at something that you do. You slowly but surely walk towards your dreams, which eventually will get you there. You know what I mean? Because I know it can be hard stuff like, for example, like if you have like a job that's very taxing or something, it can be tiring to do these kinds of things, right? But still, it's very important. It is very important still. Saw a TikTok of a granny in her 80s talking about how she loves reading BL. I saw my future's bright. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's exactly. It's like she's just like me, and I love it. Exactly.
It's Casey says, I wonder what Kin would look like, but Silver Fox.
Hopefully it look good. Hopefully. You know what I mean? But yeah, exactly though. By the way, what are we reading? We are reading Valko fanfictions. People have sent those on Discord. You can send yours as well. We have only one more. I'm not gonna read everything as well, by the way. I'm not gonna finish this. How many chapters are there, in fact? How many chapters are there? This is by Nerdy Writer. I believe the other one was Fluffy Valko. Let's see if I can... Chapter index. It is 5. I'll read one more, and then we'll go to the next one, because I wanna give everybody a little bit of time. I also want people to, like, if they want to go read them for themselves, to check out the actual fan fictions as well. You know what I mean? Think of Kindred like as like silent, but like more tan, has tattoos. I'm not tan though. I'm pasty as fuck. I've said this before. The only reason why you think that I'm tan is because of the lighting. You know what I mean? This is blue. This is not correct, but this is white. I'm pasty as hell. It's just that I use yellow lighting because I think it looks warmer, and I like warm light. It hurts my eyes less. So I'm not tan at all. I used to be very tan. I have like a picture of me as a kid, and it's like super tan. I can get tan if I do want to, but I'm pasty as hell right now. Look at the window. I mostly spend my days inside. I don't go out in the sunlight. That's why I'm, you know, the beacons are lit. Golden parade is why I'm a pasty Latino. I am Latino, but I'm a pasty boy. So, you know. It's trying to blind us. No, if you want to see a flashbang is whenever the webcam resets, because my room is very dark, it like tries to adjust for the background, and then like flashbangs me. It's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? It is kind of crazy. Oh man, I'm getting kind of hungry though. It's too early for me to order dinner, but I'm kind of hungry. God, it was a horrible flashbang a couple of streams back. It's because I forgot to change the thing. It's because I forgot to change the thing. I don't know how I can fix it. Someday I gotta find a fix to just like keep the settings. Why, I don't know why OBS always messes with my camera settings, but you know what I mean? You know, it definitely should be something that I actually... Do you have any snacks near you? Nope. Because I'm trying to lose weight. I've said this before. I'm trying to lose 9 more kilos. before I can do a bulk. And because of that, I only have, I think the closest thing that I have to a snack is a 40-calorie chocolate capsule from like those coffee brands. You know what I mean? And I've already taken one of those. It doesn't, I don't know, you know what I mean? Don't want it right now. Hey Danielle, how you doing as well? First time in the chat? Hello. Glad to have you here. Of course, you're gonna be darker. Is that what you're gonna say? Even if you're white, you're gonna be bound to be more tan. No, it depends. Like there's people that are like pasty, and if they go out in the sun, they get if they go out in the sun, they get red. I actually do get tan, but it needs to be a recurring thing. Let me pull up my photos. You're losing weight, but you fit as hell. Nah, but I need to lose a little bit more weight. I'm still kind of chubby. You know what I mean? It's because my fat is very distributed through my body as well, that I look. But like, look at this, right? Like, look at this. You see it? Like, this is the stuff that I need to lose before I can do a clean bulk. And that is the kind of stuff that I work for. You know how that goes. You know what I mean? Not say that I'm gonna be super lean. I like being a little bit chubby. I'm not gonna be like, you're not gonna see me with like abs or some shit like that. But because again, I do like eating. I'm not gonna stop eating snacks and shit like that. I just want to unchunk a little bit. I just want to unchunk a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I want. There we go. I'm opening my photos so I can show you. I think I have a picture of me as a kid. Let's see if I can find it. There you go. Where's that little kid photo that I had? Do I have it? I'm pretty sure it was here somewhere. There you go. This was me when I was like 16. And this was me when I was like 12. Let's see if I can find it. What is it? I'm pretty sure I can find it somewhere. Baby Julie. What is it? I was sure I had a picture of this. Can't find it now. I was certain I had that picture. I can't find it now. Oh, there you go. This is baby me. This is baby me. Here. This is me when I was 16. This is me when I was 16.
If it's Casey, says, Ken, you should play Connect 4 since you're done reading fanfictions.
This is me as a little baby. So you can see how like this one was like in like neutral lighting. This is how I'm like, you know, you can see that like I was a little bit more tan than I was today, because I used to go out in the sun more. There were moments that I was even more tan when I was like genuinely going out to the beach every single day. But yeah, I'm pasty as hell right now. It's just kind of how that goes. Connect 4 is getting joke now. The Connect 4 joke is getting old now. I mean, it has been almost like 6 months at this point, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. Why am I so tired? The hell? It's only been like an hour. Still a glow up though. That's why I say like. I know I'm not like. I know I'm not like a damn that voice crack. I know I'm not like a Chad, like handsome model guy, but like it could have. Looking back, I think it could have been a lot worse. You know what I mean? Looking back, I think it's a glow up, so I think it could. Listen, I came out net positive, so even if I'm not like a Chad, like a Sigma Chad, like I still think I came out net positive. Still looking for the next time the game shows up or something. Let's do around the game though. Let's do around the game though. It's been a while since we played around the game though, hasn't it? Designing warrior cats for y'all, the lads boys, even Valko. That's fun. Warrior cats. All right, you guys want to do a game though? I think you're very handsome. Oh, thank you. You're too sweet. Ones like me. All right, give me a second to lock in. You guys want to do a game though? Kindred, you are enough. Nice. It hasn't even been 2 hours yet. True. But I mean, we can play it regardless. No more fanfiction reading? No, we can still read more fanfics. I'm just asking if people want to do game though as well. Well, we can save it for later too. You want to continue the fanfics? We only have one more after this one. We only have one more. Although this one hasn't even met Valko. Let's finish this one at least until they meet. YN quickly nodded and thanked the security guard profusely before slowly driving through the open gates. Following his directions, she kept an eye out for wolf statues. Considering his description of her house with the water fountain, she of course expected something fancy. Admittedly, she didn't think she would come and stop in front of a literal mansion. Oh, hell no! What has she gotten herself into? She wasn't sure. Now that she was here, she was even more tempted to speed her way back home before someone noticed her. Unfortunately for her, the god's return was right. Someone was expecting her, but he didn't make it obvious. Rather than meet her at the front steps, he had been watching her from a distance, one that he closed in a matter of seconds, then knocked on her window of her stopped care. She was still gawking at the side of the building when the sudden knocking made her tense up in a flinch. Moving her upper body away from the window while simultaneously snapping her head in a different direction, coming face to face with someone who seemed to be enjoying every detail of her reaction. Donning a sharp-toothed, crooked grin, he was absurdly handsome. Very much the charming type with his wine-colored hair and eyes honey gold. But considering his approach, unnerving. Rather than apologize, he motioned for her to roll down her window with one finger. It took her a few seconds to comply, but when she did, she continued to lean away. Even with its deep chuckles threatened to melt away her nerves. You look like you've seen a ghost. YN, right? Welcome. Oh, come on. Don't look so startled. Promise I won't bite. I wasn't concerned about that. Wait a minute. You're the one I was talking to yesterday, really? Yeah, why do you ask? My appearance catch you by surprise? I suppose I thought you'd be different. This confession caught his attention. One brow forming upward arch. Intrigued by exactly what she meant by that. Different how? Didn't think I'd be this handsome. YN's own brows furrowed in something between confusion and wariness. That's not... I thought you'd be... older. Much older. She didn't look away from his face after that admission, but instead proceeded to raise her window again before stepping out of the car. Yet even after giving him a few seconds to process that information, he still gave her a strange look. One of disbelief mixed with traces of offense and those surprisingly expressive eyes. Sorry. Let's start this again. Nice to meet you, Mr. Valko. Mr. Valko. No, just Valko. You don't look too far from age. So feel free to drop the formalities. But anyway, welcome to the Owl residence. My house. House, he said it so casually it almost irked her. A modern chateau-inspired building out in the same distance as their own neighborhood. It's grand. Hope I don't get lost between the garden and the entrance. Well, it kinda has to be considering how big of a family I have. Come on in. The puppers should be ready to meet you. Sorry, puppers? Valko paused mid-step, but only for a fraction of a second, turning on his zeal swiftly enough for the hem of his suit to swing amidst the twirl. Despite his clean professional appearance, his mannerism was already making known a far more playful side than she expected from any employer. Going lads would be a medicine cat? Medicine cat. Exploding papaya. More like a poorly phrased question, lol. Oh, you mean what is Game Doll? Game Doll is a game that we play. Do you know Wordle? The game that you have to guess the words? This is pretty much that, but for games. And we tend to play it a lot as we play it on stream. Usually as a little side activity. My stream, by the way, if it's your first time watching me, first of all, welcome. My name is Kindred. Secondly, I'm a big yapper. I love talking to chat, so feel free to talk a lot in the chat. And we hang out a lot. It's like usually the games that we play, like Game Doll stuff, we do a lot of community stuff. Unless I'm playing like an indie game or a visual novel, Love and Deepspace, then there's no multiplayer. But overall, we hang out a lot, so don't be shy. Do talk in the chat, you know. Right. Just call them because they're just as lively as pups. Don't overthink it. He took his head to the side and that charismatic smile returned. Admittedly, put her on edge a bit. But despite his strangeness, he didn't seem like the malicious type. So she just let out a quiet sigh and followed close behind. Up the steps of the residence into the main hall. To her surprise, the puppers were indeed waiting. 5 children aging from 9 to 12 years old. 3 boys and 2 girls dressed so properly in their own little suits and dresses that YN couldn't help but think of them, give them a sincere smile. What, I told everyone to be on their best behavior. Where are they? YN's smile stifled. There's more? Not that it would be a problem if they were all the same age, children, but not quite small enough to need her attention every second of the day. There was some hopeful thinking. There's a couple more. The little ones. They must have already started their game of hide and seek. Alright, we'll play, but after you introduce yourselves, come on out. Valko's voice, its low timbre, rang loud and commanding, but not frightening at all. Almost like a teacher getting the students ready to take attendance. To YN's surprise, the class only seemed to get bigger and bigger. And bigger. One shouted made a way in the back line at the main hall after another. With each addition, YN's smiles only seemed to stiffen further, going from a near relief to absolute distress in a matter of seconds. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. There we go, everyone's here. Good job. Valko's tones praised the little ones for their obedience, having yet to turn back to YN because he knew what kind of expression she would be making. So he carried on, introducing the eldest 5 that were in the hall to begin with, before moving on to the rest, with the youngest appearing just a little over 3 years old. So, got them all memorized yet? Don't worry, we'll stick with the name tags on them for the first week or so. YN trying to interject, but she couldn't find the words. Instead, she opted to raise her hand and stop Valko from sinking further, while her eyes struggled to scan those little faces. Mr. Valko, just Valko. YN inhaled a deep breath, then nodded repeatedly as if committing that correction to memory. Valko, can I have a quick word? Sure, though I'm more curious about what happened to your face in this time. Looks like you saw 16 ghosts. YN had to bite down her lower lip to prevent herself from reacting in front of the children, but something in her gaze spoke before her mouth did. I silently, you know why, before she slowly walked back to the entrance. Waiting for the precise moment the door was shut to finally address the elephant in the room, or so the puppers in the other room. 16? Valko's hands flew up immediately, but a bit more infuriating than the fact that he hid how many kids there were was the pleased smile that accompanied his actions, admitting like he was guilty without feeling any of said guilt. I'm kind of like losing track of where I'm reading. Nope. Hey, Kosi, how you doing as well? Like I said before, you wouldn't be caring for them alone, I swear. Didn't you say we looked about the same age? When does a 20-something-year-old find time to have that many kids? Perhaps a highly inappropriate question to ask a possible employer, but her mouth began to run before she could filter the curiosity and be damned. Awkward silence was quick to fill the already somewhat tense atmosphere, and that boy's smile soon turned into an expression of pure horror. You think, no, they're not, I'm not a dad. They're all my nieces and nephews. I know we just met, but damn, don't be so quick to jump to conclusions. Now both of them appear horrified as they looked at each other, occasionally turned back towards the door. YN fidgeting with her own fingers, Valko shifted in place. It took a few minutes, but at least they were able to clarify things that were in the fine print, never disclosed. There were indeed only 16 children, no more, no less. All of them the legacy of different members of the family, all of whom left in Valko's care, while the most senior members attended important businesses and social gatherings. In other words, this was the case of the youngest unmarried uncle caring for his kin. Almost felt bad for him. Almost. Publishing a public babysitter ad without disclosing this information. Guess it's my turn to ask. Does that make you a brave risk taker or just reckless? Touché. But more than either of those options, it makes me responsible to ask for help rather than letting the place go up in flames on my own. So, after all this, are you still interested in helping out? YN hesitated for the umpteenth time in one day. There was so much uncertainty surrounding her circumstances and the situation that perhaps it would be wise to think about it. But she was one fat paycheck away from a nice vacation anyway. It would only be until the end of July, so... Can we negotiate the pay further? Valko let out a puff of air through his nose. Silent but awfully amused kind of chuckle. I asked the question first, so... Depends on your answer. I mean... That seems like a fun... It's kind of... You know what this kind of reminds me? You know those movies that there's like Vin Diesel babysitter? Vin Diesel babysitter movie. Do you remember this movie, The Pacifier from 2005? This is the kind of movie. This is the kind of movie that I'm getting the vibe. This is the movie. This is 1000% the vibe that I'm getting from this Valko. This is 1000% the vibe that I'm getting for Valko. Those like cheesy thousands babysitter movies. There were a few of those, but this is the one that came to mind. You know what I mean? It was so dumb but so sweet. So I liked it. I liked the fanfictions that we've read so far. I like it. I like it. Hey Jamaican princess, how you doing as well? Good to have you here. How you doing? I've heard of that movie, although I never managed to watch it. It's very silly, but it's very fun. It's very silly, but it's very fun. You need a better ad blocker. I'm not using Opera anymore. I do like Opera more than I like. I like Opera more than I like Chrome, but I'm currently using Chrome because I have Opera as my disposable browser because one time I got those cookie stealer viruses and that almost made me lose my account. So my actual proper information is on Chrome, and the Opera is the one that I use for stuff that is clicks, hyperlinks, all that stuff. So I don't run the risk of losing my accounts again. uBlock Origin works in Chrome. I have uBlock Origin. I have it. Here. Look. I have it already. Although this is the light version, the better version is for Firefox, I believe. I need to get this out of the way. Dude, I heard of that movie. What getting this out of the way? Babysitting pups for Valko. I need a fanfic. I need a fanfic of Valko, like the Pacifier movie of Vin Diesel. With
you needs made Catter said this Edziate do backs the this way. Press that, good ways to laugh on. That's tied with having IU.
Huh? Okay. That was kind of crazy. Tried Lads a year ago, felt like dodging a bullet. Nah, Lads is pretty fun. There's a lot of good things about Lads. I know that Infold is shooting themselves in the foot for the past month. But if you exclude the last 2 months of drama that they've been causing, Like, there's a lot to like about Love and Deepspace. The memories are very, really high quality. The graphics are really well made. The clothing, the story, it's all top notch. The game itself is actually a lot of fun. The biggest problem with Love and Deepspace, aside from like a few 1% of like crazy fans, is that recently Infold has been shooting themselves in the foot. You know what I mean? But the game itself is actually very fun. You should definitely check out Lads if you find that interesting. Of course, you don't have to, but you know what I mean? It's popular for a reason. I just think that Infold has been shooting themselves in the foot recently. I don't know why that is the case. But it is a very good game. It's not a bad game per se. You know what I mean? Generally so happy. After 7 years, I'm finally able to buy all the volumes of my favorite manga series. I'm packing them all at the moment. Aw, sweet. What else do we got? There's one more fanfiction. There is one more fanfiction. Although this one is a little bit short and angsty. And then that's done. The only Test and Ruru sent their fanfics. What do you say? The quality of Kindles have also Kindled memories have also significantly improved over the years. That is also true. It's something that I commented before. The quality of the memories, especially if you started playing like me back in 2024, and from the new ones, they actually improved a lot of the cinematography, the length of the memories and the myths that we got. You know what I mean? Like, I know that it can suck, especially when everybody's clowning on the game and they're not helping their situation. But there's a lot to like about Love and Deepspace. I mean, if the game was shit and I didn't like it, I wouldn't be making content on it. I would simply ignore it. There's 1,000 different gacha games that are just kind of like the same slop that I don't cover on my streams. I cover Love and Deepspace because I think it is a good game. I think it is got a great story. It's beautifully made. You can feel a lot of the love that the devs put into the game itself. It just feels like the company is the one that's like shooting themselves on the foot because they heard like the miners that were like asking for Valko to be removed, and that spiraled and the whole like government got involved. You know what I mean? But, you know, just kind of how that goes. The music is amazing as well. True, the music is also very good. I know that people clown on badass trigger, badass with the gun, badass trigger, badass with the gun. Which I do too, even though I'm a Silas main, that shit is too funny. That and the Silas meme, like, with his tongue out. But, however, there's a lot of really good memories, especially the background music. And, yeah. Yeah. Can you open it? What's that? Curious about, lads, but I'm scared of getting attached to a character, only for it to lose them. Yeah, you know. I like that song. I think it's a little bit silly. I think the badass trigger, badass with the gun, badass trigger, badass with the gun. That music is way too funny. I find it funny, but you know, like, it's not something that I would listen in my off time, I would say. It's not something I would listen to in my off time, I would say. Watch some of your videos on TikTok, Kindred. You had something about saying like how what? Oh, the thing is refreshing. Can you imagine a character based on you and lads? No, I cannot. Then you found out kids were the ones like fucking things over. The facial verifications more frequently now. I wish there was a way. I know that I didn't explore this, but I wish there was a way. You know how, like, in Brazil, for example, there's a website called Gov, where you can, like, access your government account. And it's like, it kind of works like Google. You know how Google has, like, 2FA and stuff like that? It's got the same thing in Brazil as well. We have a .gov account. And what you can do is you can access that information from Google. You know how like Google, you can say you can log in with Google and you can choose which information the website is allowed to give. I was hoping that more governments would do something like that, where you have your account, and that's the account that has your facial ID to confirm your documentation, everything. And then let's say like, oh, this video game needs to be 18 plus. Instead of like you giving your information, the government can just say, oh, this person is 18 plus. All right, they can access it. Or this person is not 18 plus. They cannot access it. You know what I mean? Because that's the only thing that we need for age rating. It's just like, are you over the age or not? Are you not over the age? So if you have a government account like that, you can just log in and access it. You know what I mean? That's the exact kind of system that I meant for the idea for age verification in the EU that came up. Because Brazil already has a system. I don't know about the US, but EU could definitely do it too. And it would be super easy. And that, I think, is the way that we need to walk towards, like, the future of the internet. Instead of, like, yeah, if you want to use Twitter, you gotta give your face. You know what I mean? Because, you know, like, these companies always get data leaked, and they always get hacked. And what are you gonna do once this information is just public? Are you just fucked? If your face is like public. My face is public, of course. I have a YouTube channel. But you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't mean that everybody should have their face be public like that. You know what I mean? In one of the articles, there was a girl who had taken her mom's phone and was using her account to access lads. Yeah. That's not something that is right. And it's also like, again, I did say that it was a two-way street. I also think that it's very much the parents' fault for not, like, monitoring what the kids were fucking watching. Why are kids playing Love and Deepspace anyway? Silas is 28. Most of the boys are over the age of 25. Why the fuck is the 11-year-old, I believe is what's one of the screenshots. Why the fuck are you 11 and playing lads? He has enough age to be your dad. Like, if it was like a cartoon, you know what I mean? Or like, fuck. Like, what's like a cartoon that's like not for kids? I don't know, like Hell of a Boss. You know what I mean? At least it's a cartoon. Or like one of those like teen crush, like Twilight or something like that, where it's like, it's an adult, but it's like the movie that was for kids. So they like kind of like, you know, like having their little crushes on that. Sure. But like Silas is 28. All the boys are like adults with jobs and shit. Why the fuck are you having crushes on that? You know, like, go have a crush on Zuko. Go have a crush on, like, I don't know, what the kids are watching. I haven't watched cartoons in a... You know what I mean? Silas should have been turned 30 right now. You wanna know, I've told this on stream before, but Silas was born 2020. That means that Silas today, if Silas was real, Silas today, since he was born in the year of 2020, based on his age, that would mean that his current incarnation is 6 years old. Yes. These iPad kids are getting smarter each time.
Eris Gogolad says, and he's gonna stay 28. Apparently, even after 2 birthdays.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty par for the course. Usually fictional characters don't age. Unless the story accounts for that. You know what I mean? I mean, Simpsons is like, the artist should be like 40. But he's still like, just a kid. It's par for the course. I remember when someone said, if you're over the age of 30, you're too old for last. That's... Oh my god, yes! I remember that. I remember there was a whole drama on TikTok where some commenter was like, you're 30, why are you playing Love and Deepspace? You are 12, you should not be playing Love and Deepspace. Oh my god. Those comments make so much more sense now. Those comments of people being like, you're 30, why are you playing Love and Deepspace makes so much sense. Of course it was fucking kids being mentally ill on the internet. You're so right. You're so right. I didn't even click that. I remember that because I made a video about it too. I remember that. Holy shit, man. Holy shit, dude. This isn't the stupidest take I've ever heard. It is. It's genuinely fucking stupid. Yeah. Oh well. What are we talking about? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm just glad the kids are fucking gone. You know what I mean? I'm glad they're gone. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get that there's like some things that are like for all ages, and I'm all happy for it. I think kids need more third spaces. I've said this before. I've said this in the video, right? So if you go watch that video, you're gonna have me saying this. I don't blame the kids for them being terminally online. It's just that like there is no more third spaces. There's no more spaces like when I was a kid. I was an unsupervised terminally online kid when I was like 12. But when I was 12, there were spaces like Club Penguin, which didn't have all chat where adults could talk with kids just straight up. They had a chat, but it was heavily moderated, right? There's no more Club Penguin. There's no more Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. You know, games like that are just spaces that are just for kids. I mean, the only one that I think has like a resemblance to that kind of stuff is YouTube Kids, where you can just like, in theory, I'm not saying you should, but in theory, YouTube Kids is supposed to be like a safe space that kids can be online. You know, kids shouldn't be on TikTok, much fucking less Twitter, but you still see them on TikTok, on Twitter, on Love and Deepspace, on fandoms they shouldn't be, right? And I think that's a big problem. I think that is a big problem. You know what I mean? If you're 16, I think if you enjoy it quietly, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, there's some spaces where, like, all right, if you're 16-year-old, is mature enough, your parents can let you, but, like, you should still be quiet. You should still, like, not engage, just, like, quietly enjoy it. Sure, but even then, I still think it's kind of sus, because I know that some kids are going to watch it anyway. You know? But less than that, I think it's just, like, immediate, like, culling. Whereas your parents, when I was a kid, my parents prohibited to ban Cartoon Network for being too edgy. That's a little bit extra, I think. Cartoon Network was fine for kids. Banning Cartoon Network for being too much, I think, is a little bit too much. Honestly, bro, that's why I'm not risking. I don't want my religion's parents on my back. That's just my opinion, to be fair. Oh, well. Anyway. They got rid of it because the government in America want minor... Okay, that's crazy. That's a crazy comment. That is a crazy comment. I am not gonna read that. I've seen the red flags. When I was in high school, I did engage in media aimed at the older audience, but I kept my mouth shut. Ken, there's an AO3 link for the fic now. Where is it? You mean the Rudu one? Oh, the Rudu one. Yeah, for sure. Although I'm getting kind of tired. Sorry, I'm a little bit tired. But we can do more. We can do more of these streams if you guys like it. What do you guys say we do? Do you guys like it? I can keep this thread open so we can read more if you guys want to. Or do you guys want to continue on? If Lads isn't adding new characters, what are you pulling for? I'm a Silas main. I've said this before. I'm a big Silas main. Like, Silas is my main. Every now and then I'll pull for Caleb and Zane as well, because these are my 2 second favorites. But yeah, let's do around the game though, and we can wrap it up for today, and then we can continue reading. Either some other day or after the game though. What is this? What is this game? This is this Halo? Is this Halo? Combat Evolved. Is this? It's given Monster Hunter? Monster Hunter? Oh, it is Monster Hunter. Okay, Monster Hunter. Okay, it's Monster Hunter. Which Monster Hunter? It's giving like it's an older one, so maybe let's go with like 3. No. It's Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter something. There's he being summoned from game though. That's a whole ass animal. Do we have any Monster Hunter fans? Which one is this? There's so many, it's hard to tell from just like guessing. What are we seeing here? What if it's the first one? Oh, it is the first one. Yeah, it is the first one. Yeah, it made sense that the render was like kind of older. 2004 is the first Monster Hunter. Yeah, I guess I guessed it correctly. Kind of funny how that goes. How's the gameplay for the first Monster Hunter? Oh, it's just the trailers. No, there's no gameplay. Okay. This is an artwork. Artwork for a game. Is this Alice Madness Returns? Could be. It is not Alice. Okay. It's kind of giving a dystopian vibe, though. It's kind of giving a dystopian vibe. It's just a dinosaur. I know cover off from Madness Returns. But this is not a cover, by the way. This is just an artwork, so it doesn't have to be the cover. But it's not Madness Returns. Infamous, maybe? No, not Infamous. It's gotta stay away. I don't know which one this is. It's not a zombie. Could be a zombie game. Could be a zombie game. Last of Us, maybe? No. Is it Assassin's Creed? No, as well. What game is this? Stay Away? Dying Light. Oh, Dying Light. It could be Dying Light. Ah, there you go. It is Dying Light. Yeah, no. Yeah, totally. It's Dying Light. I need to get that. That's a series that I haven't given a chance to replay yet. I've seen it on the PS3, if I remember correctly. But I haven't given it a chance in the modern days. Gotta get to it eventually. This one is Fortnite, I believe. It's the banana guy, right? From Fortnite? What's that guy from Fortnite? Is that not the banana guy from Fortnite? Peely, right? Yep. Immediately. I knew it. Fucking knew it. I know the render style for Fortnite, yeah. Easy. On the nose. Alright, we're doing well so far. Drones pioneer pipelines. Alright, what do we got here? Drones pioneer pipelines. Factorial? Hypertubes automation build gun. Surviving Mars? Alright, I'll guess you. No, not Surviving Mars. Open world, power slugs, alien planet. Drones automation. I don't think it's Subnautica. Hub terminal. Lizard Doggo. Nuclear power. Drones, pioneer, automation. Is it oxygen not included? No. Power slugs. Satisfactory? Could be satisfactory, right? It could be satisfactory, right? Ah, I was thinking of Factorio. Ah. Yeah, the automation really... the first one that came to mind was... Yeah, Satisfactory is the second one that, like, people love to automate and do that kind of stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was thinking of Factorio. Alright, let's do the gimme. The gimme is always Fortnite, because Fortnite is, like, middle of the road and very inclusive. Oh. Okay, it's an older game than 2017. It is Unreal Engine, but it could be others. Older than Unreal, but could be others? What? What do you mean, others? What? What do you mean? How do you mean you have more than one engine? I am so confused. It's not third person, it's not by Epic. So let's do... what's a... Let's do Bioshock. Because I want to, like, see the... Yeah, the age. Yeah, I'm doing Bioshock just so I can see the... I know it wasn't Bioshock, but I was thinking of the year and the engine. So it's not just Unreal Engine. Okay, so it's older than 2017, but it's closer. Okay, I'm not Brazilian. What does this mean? What do you mean? So it's like 2000s. But Unreal Engine. Is this Unreal Engine 1? Unreal. No, so it's 2002 to 2006. Real tournament? No, it's not. It's not Epic. I'm a dumbass. It's not Epic. Call of Duty? I don't think Call of Duty... Call of Duty? I don't think it is. Doesn't hurt to try, though. Oh! Activision! Activision. Okay. We clicked it. We found one. It's an Activision game. Alright, so Activision. Multiplayer, probably co-op as well. But not Call of Duty. Halo? No, Halo's not Activision. It could be a Spider-Man game. Let me guess Spider-Man. Because it could be Spider-Man. No, it's not It's not Spider-Man. It's Activision. Activision first person from 2004 to 2006. Halo or Portal is definitely not Portal. Portal is a Valve. It's by Activision. Publish. It's some shooter. Yes, it is a shooter. Let me guess Halo. I don't think it is Halo. I do not think it is Halo. But sure. Yeah, it's not Halo. Transformers. Is it? You wonder, is it maybe like one of those like franchise games? No. I'm game illiterate. Well, this is a good thing about a game though. It teaches you more about games that you certain wouldn't know. You know what I mean? It is a shooter. Doom? Could be. I believe Doom is Activision 2 as well, but it's not Doom 3. Maybe Doom 2? Okay, it's a co-op game, multiplayer co-op shooter, but it is not Doom. Multiplayer co-op 2005. 2005? Because you gotta keep in mind, 2005 was like PS2 era, right? 2005 was PS2 era. So that means that it was a co-op game from 2002. First person as well. Is it Battlefield? Close enough. It's PC only. Oh, there you go. PC only. PC only. Shooter. 2005. We have one more guess. Co-op. First person. Unreal and more. I don't understand the Unreal and more. This is kind of what's tripping me balls. Because, like, what do you mean Unreal possibly more? What do you mean a game with 2 engines? This is what I don't understand. What's a PC-only co-op game from 2005? PC-only co-op game. I need your help, guys. I need your help. PC-only co-op game. What's a PC? What's a game that's PC-only co-op from 2005? First person. Wolfenstein? It could be Wolfenstein. What are we talking about? We're playing Gamdo here. We just read the fanfictions and right now we're playing Gamdo. Basically, you have to guess a game within 10 guesses, and it tells you, like, if it's green, that means it's correct. So it is a platform from the Windows platform shooter. 2005 multiplayer. These greens are correct. It's not Call of Duty. We tried Call of Duty. It could be Wolfenstein. It could be Wolfenstein. What's the Wolfenstein you mentioned? The enemy territory. Are you sure? What? Yo, I used to be so addicted to this game. How did I? Oh, dude. You unlocked a memory with this game. I remember this. This is like a tactical co-op game that you have to, like, apprehend people, like cuff them, surrender them. Yo, I remember this game. See what I mean? Like, this is why I like Game though. Because, like, sometimes you remember games that you played, but you haven't played it in forever, so you don't remember it. This is why I love Game though. This is why I love Game though. This is why we play it so often. This is a co-op game from way back then. And the idea was that you play as a team and you have to, like, you can't just go in guns blazing. You have to actually, like, act like it's a proper police force. You know what I mean? Kind of funny. Oh, GG. Anyway, what did you guys think of today's stream? Did you guys like this whole fanfiction reading stream? Did you guys find it boring? What did you guys think? If you guys want to, we can definitely do it more. You know, if you guys want to, of course. First fall in a while. Hey, YouTube chat said not to trust me. Well, I think we're gonna be wrapping it up here. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do leave a comment. Hype the stream as well. Please do hype the stream. Leave a comment, like. This helps us show up more on the front page. Share it if you want to, with your friends. And if you do want your fanfictions read the next time, send them over on Discord. Maybe this time, since we're doing this, now people know what to expect. And who knows, maybe the next time, people are going to send more fanfictions. and then we can read them together. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Kindred Spirit. I'm a voice actor, variety streamer. I'm also publishing a game, Go Wishlist Affectionate, on Steam. I'm doing my own dating sim visual novel. Go check it out if you haven't already. Join our Discord, subscribe if you want to see more of me, if this is your first time watching me. And I will be seeing you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.